Selena Gomez called out. We got to talk about this new drama. But before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy bestie, you have found me. You guys, welcome back to my channel and happy Saturday. I am so grateful and thankful to be here with you all. I really don't take any of you guys for granted. And I really just wanted to say thank you for all your love and your support and your generosity. All right, you guys, we got to talk about this. And this video is very impromptu. I was not expecting to post this, but I just wanted to talk about Selena Gomez. I made two videos that I want to show you guys. The first one is I made a video last night talking about how I thought it would be a wonderful idea for Selena Gomez to have a Las Vegas residency. So check out this video and then we can continue.
I've been thinking a lot about Selena Gomez and a Vegas residency. I don't know why. I just think that would be the best idea for her. Like, I know she's talked about missing tour and stuff, but like, if Selena Gomez could maybe like sign a deal with a Vegas, hotel or whatever, casino, whatever, and have a residency, and not just like a huge pop show, but just like a kind of like a kind of like a toned down, type, maybe even acoustic thing, I just think it would be amazing. I mean, obviously I would love the pop show of it all, the fire and the rain and the flying, and the dancers, obviously. But like Cirque du Soleil meets Selena Gomez. But I also think it would be really cool to see like a stripped down pop show where she's just like, there with like some musicians, like a live band. And a Vegas residency would be really good because it wouldn't be that hard on her body. And, it's once or twice a week, so she could literally just, fly in and out, I remember I went to see Britney in Vegas, and what Britney would do is she would perform, I think it was like 2 times a week or 3 times a week. She would make $1 million per night. And when we went to see her, I actually met up with Felicia, which was Britney's longtime assistant, who was also in the Baby One More Time video as a teacher. And it was literally like 10 minutes after the concert ended. And she was there with some fans. And I went up to her and I was like, hi, Felicia. How's Britney? Whatever. And she goes, I said, where's Britney? And she goes, well, right now she's probably on her way to the airport because Britney loves to finish the concert and then fly to LA so she can be there when her kids wake up so she can take them to carpool and take them to school. So Britney would perform for an hour and a half, collect her $1 million, and then fly to LA, go to bed in her bed, and then wake up with the kids. So that was pretty cool that Britney loved to just, be there in the morning. So I think it'll be really cool. It's a 30-minute flight. If you have a private jet, even better. So if Selena Gomez ever decided to tour, I think that would be the best bet. Anyways, just little thoughts. All right. See you guys in the next one.
All right. So I stand by it. I think it would be an amazing thing for Selena. Like I mentioned, the travel time is very minimum. It's not that hard on the body, and it is something that she's said before that she wanted to do, kind of like a acoustic type show where it's not that crazy on the body. Now, some fans don't understand everything Selena Gomez has been through. When they see her on Emilia Perez, or they see her on Only Murders or in Wizards or any other projects, they think, but why can't she do that on stage? A tour is very different than a scene. You guys have to understand that. A tour, look at Taylor Swift. She spent 5 years on the fucking Eras tour. You know what I mean? Dua Lipa's still on tour. Sabrina Carpenter's been on tour for what seems 400 years. The demand is very big when you go on tour, not only financially, but on your body. Yeah, you get a lot of money. That's how a lot of artists actually make money nowadays, not so much record sales. So when they go on tour, that's how they make the money. But here's the thing. Selena Gomez does not need the money. And so for her, it's not such a rush thing that she needs to do, right? Having said that, a tour is very demanding on your health. Many artists have to cancel dates because it's so hard on them. And so my thing is, she needs to figure out how she can get that music itch, right? Feed that music itch that she has, connect with her fans, and do it that way in a healthy way for herself. Now, there was a comment that really set me off, and they called her lazy. Check this out.
Okay, so I wanted to respond to this comment about Selena Gomez and a potential Las Vegas residency. So this person said it should be a memorable tour of all her songs, but I see the way she's so weak and lazy nowadays. It's hurt. I guess it's heartbreaking, they wanted to say. First of all, girl, she is not lazy and she is not weak. She is the exact opposite of weak. She is very strong. She has survived so much in her life that has allowed her to stay as active as she is. She is on 2 hit shows, okay? She is literally was in the most Oscar nominated movie last year. She has a bunch of movies coming out. She has a $2 billion brand that she is incredibly involved in. And she does a lot of charities. She is married. She is an older sister. She is famous. She is dealing with contracts every day. She is dealing with learning her lines, rehearsing, traveling, coming up with new products. I mean, if you consider that to be weak and lazy, honey, I don't know what to tell you, girl, okay? Selena Gomez might not be able to perform like you want her to because, unfortunately, she does have some physical illnesses that have, taken over. But even with her lupus and her transplant and all of that, look at her. She's one of the busiest, she is one of the most sought out actresses in the world right now. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know where you're seeing her being weak and lazy, because to survive what Selena Gomez has survived, you cannot be weak or lazy. You got to be strong and you got to be determined and you got to fight with every ounce of your energy. So take that back, girl. Okay.
All right, best friend. So, like I said, I was very flustered in that video that I just showed you, but now that I've calmed down, I wanted to just say it like this. If you love somebody, you love them with what they bring, all their baggage, right? Their bruises, their ups, their downs, their all arounds, right? That's why it's for better or for worse when you get married. When you decide that you love a certain celebrity and you want to stick by them, you have to understand that as they grow, their human bodies change. They're not going to be that one person that you fell in love with years ago. They're not going to be that same, stuck in that same box that you love so much, because they evolve, they change, they grow. So Selena, I think, is having a little bit of a issue, or some fans are having a little bit of an issue because they're like, but that's not the Selena we fell in love with. You have to understand everything she endured, everything she's freaking survived, right? Lupus, the bipolar diagnosis, the transplant, mental health, the body issues, the breakup, the depression, the strength to just come and survive all of that. So it's very important that people don't mistake lazy for boundaries. Selena Gomez choosing not to tour, Selena Gomez choosing not to put her body through all of that, it's called setting boundaries. It's called having self-care. And it's very important that we all do that. In fact, this morning, I had a therapy session, and my therapist was, my mom is visiting, and, my husband's needing my help a lot more lately. And I've been very overwhelmed with a lot of things that, I have not told you guys. But my therapist said to me, Sebastian, one thing I'm hearing is so much about everyone else. What about your self-care? What about your boundaries? What about you? Who's taking care of you? And that just clicked. And I think it's such an important lesson for all of us that we got to take a moment and a minute for ourselves. Because if we don't, nobody is going to come out of their reality and be like, oh, hang on, Sebastian hasn't taken a moment for self-care today. No one gives a shit, bitch. You know what I mean? All people care about, because it's a lot, is themselves. And so my whole thing is her choosing not to tour, choosing not to put herself through that, choosing not to destroy her body and her mental health. That's a boundary. And if you cannot support this new Selena Gomez, then maybe you shouldn't be a fan of hers. So I just will not stand for anyone to call her lazy or this or that. I think it's incredible to stand up and say, this is what I'm capable of, this is what I want to do, this is what I will not do, and if you don't like it, that's it. I've had a lot of friendships end because I've stood my ground. I've had a lot of friendships and a lot of relationships in my life people say, but you've changed, or you're different, oh, this not. No, honey, I'm not. I'm learning how to put myself first. Because if I don't put myself first, nobody's going to take the time to think about my needs. So if I don't speak up, nobody will. And that I think is very important for all of us to understand and to also live by. It's important for us to give ourselves that same energy that we give others to our back to ourselves. So sorry if this was kind of a TED talk, but I thought it was kind of interesting that we have this conversation. Again, I think it would be amazing if we saw Selena on a stage in Vegas. We can go, we can kiki, we can go together, we can enjoy. Like, I've never seen her in concert before. I've never met her. A lot of people think that I'm her cousin and we're best friends. But I think it would be incredible for us to have that moment to just kind of, meet her and or not meet her, but see her live and sing along and see a more kind of one-on-one moment. I've never been to a show where it's like an acoustic. I've always been to like major pop shows. So it'd be really interesting to see how this one works. Her like in a chair, a nice guitar, maybe a cool piano, and just her maybe telling stories, kind of opening up about things, maybe telling us the process of the songs. Maybe Benny Blanco can make a cameo. I think it'd be really, really cool. And I think it's very comforting. Sometimes huge shows can be very scary, and they can be very overwhelming with so much commotion around you. So maybe like a nicer, smaller venue that maybe holds 500 people. You can sit, you can relax, you can mingle, you can talk, you can make friends, and then you can see the show, and then maybe you can go out for a drink afterwards. Sounds like a fabulous night. The older I get, the more of nights like that I want. So what do you guys think about this? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if Selena goes on tour, honey, we are going together, okay? Love you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Bye. Ooh.